What if, instead of letting the day just pass us by, we actually captured our thoughts as they were happening? Nothing too crazy, no long novel, no huge life revelation. It could be one sentence, hell, it could even be one word. Just something that makes us stop for a second and naturally notice where we are, what we're doing, who we're with, how we're feeling. Today, over the next few days actually, I'm trying a little experiment. Journaling once every hour, trying to anyway, and finding one brilliant thing in every moment. Even on a very normal day, very busy, let's just see what happens. Good morning, my loves. Welcome back to a new video. Welcome back to the Mac Diaries. If you're new here, my name is Nia. I woke up feeling a little rushed, very grateful, very excited, but a little rushed. That's why I've been trying to slow my days down and be so much more intentional, because I'm sure, as we all feel it, sometimes summer's starting to wind down. I feel like other things are starting to pick up, and I'm just trying to keep myself centered, keep myself aligned, keep it all together, keep my marbles together. So I'm excited though, because you guys are going to come with me. We're going to do all the errands, all the things, get all the stuff we need to do done, and also hanging out with some of my friends who are visiting from college, when the trip finally makes it out of the group chat. And luckily for me, the trip is in my city. So having a little bit of a little college reunion, if you will, here in New York. So I'm so excited. I'm going to take them around, show them some of my favorite spots, get some brunch, teeny bop, hang out. Okay, love that. But I still have so many things to do. Got to eat, pray, love, and mind my business, literally. Doctor's appointments, therapy, this, that, and the third. But don't worry. Especially why I wanted to do this little journaling challenge exercise, if you will, is especially on those weeks or on those days when you feel like everything is sprinting and you have so much to do, and you can just to slow down and just be, take your thoughts captive, if you will, just to be present. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I feel like it doesn't even have to be anything crazy, just one sentence, one little spurt, just to kind of check in with where I'm at. So woke up feeling a little rushed, a little frazzled dazzled, but grateful, excited nonetheless. And now some meetings and stuff for content work. I do have to plan out for some campaigns I need to shoot, and then get back to work. And then, yeah, let's go.
They brought the birthday show.
When you were what?
Thank you.
Corey's focused on the champagne. Clink, 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 clink. Suppose I could be okay with no chicken and waffles.
You said you suppose what?
I'll be okay.
I'm gonna check out. It's been fun. This is darn machines. Please respect our troops.
Back from a very eventful afternoon. So happy. My heart is literally so full seeing all my friends and having them in one place and just chatting and catching up and encouraging each other and all the things. But it's time to like rest, recharge. You know when you have to make the itinerary so that you have time to go home, rest, recharge, recuperate, recharge your social battery, and then boot back out. And also it did one of those late summer thunderstorms. It's like boo, 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 boo. So it's a good time to have some dinner, relax, kick my feet up, shower. And then we're going to get full beat. We're going to get ready. We're going to table tonight. We're going to go out. And also just some really exciting things happening. And I'm just feeling so blessed and grateful. I'm grateful for you guys. Because, yeah. So if you're watching this, just know, like, if you're watching this part of the video, just know that I'm so grateful for you. And I'm so grateful that you're here. And I love you. And you're beautiful. And I appreciate you. Oh, good morning, my loves. Early start to this Monday morning. I'm not gonna lie, I woke up with a lot on my mind this morning, feeling just a little overwhelmed with my to-do list, but it's like all just floating around in my head right now, and I need to get organized and get like feeling settled and feeling grounded for the day. So I think, honestly, what's funny about this journaling exercise is that it's much needed. So if you have those days, particularly on Monday, you know, Monday scaries, if you will, where you wake up in the morning and you're like, I have so many things to do, and you're bouncing between like work, personal, this, that, and the third, boop to the bop, and you just need to take a moment, have some time on the bookend your days with buffers to just be able to sit with your thoughts, not too long, don't wallow in them, but like organize them, prioritize, and so forth. So I'm gonna make a quick little breakfast, sit down and do that, do my like journaling for my mind, okay? Since I moved my body for my mind this morning, went to the gym, got a little workout in, went for a walk, it's beautiful outside. And then going to like get ready and start my content workday first, get some emails out, organize some things I have to shoot, so forth and so on, get the rest of the week planned out, and then I need to jump into a lot of work stuff today. So just to give you guys a little context of what we're about to get into, so let's go. I love you guys. Also, before I go, the best weekend. I can't wait to sit down with you guys a little bit later once I have some time and tell you about that. First of all, the whole weekend friend reunion situation was amazing. Literally ran on no sleep and vibes. And then I just, when I think life sometimes can't get better, it does. And I have another experience where I'm like, thank God, just thank God. But I went to Every Brilliant Thing on Broadway, and Tracee Ellis Ross, it was her closing performance of that play. This is her first time, you know, being on Broadway. She crushed it. And then to add literally gold flakes on top of the whole thing, I saw Queen Latifah. I was sitting like 4-6 rows right behind her. She floated in. I almost passed away. It was just too much. And Gayle King was also there. And I don't really get starstruck over like too many people, if at all. But Queen Latifah, for me, if you've been around this channel for any amount of time, I've probably talked about Queen Latifah at least once, not 100 times. Or if you know me personally, like that lady, if I was a 50-something-year-old lesbian, she would be my wife. And that's what it is, what it won't. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Dana. Okay? So yesterday I was floating on the clouds, okay? Floating on the clouds. But today I'm feeling so overwhelmed by all the things I have to do. But back home, plopped in front of my personal laptop. Time to do a little planning. I always sit down like once a week. I got asked this a couple of times actually, again, just how I, navigate working this full time, doing all the things, but I always sit down once a week. Usually it's on Sunday, I would say, sometimes Monday, depending on what the weekend plans look like, and this weekend was chock full of plans. But sit down and do like a strategy session and also just overall planning. Like, okay, when do I need to film this? When do I need to edit that? I just opened some stuff that I need to film. So one's for an Instagram campaign and then the other one's for like a TikTok campaign. So I need to plan out when I'm going to do that, which is ASAP so I can get it turned around. And then, get ready for the Mac edit for this Sunday and all the other things that are kind of going on in the background. So I'm going to do that right now, make myself a to-do list because, I feel like I just have so many things swirling in my head, content work-wise, and then have dinner, sit down, eat, pray, love, and mind my business, and then do an editing session for short-form content tonight. So those things that you want to get after and you want to get to it, and you really want to prioritize it, you have to schedule it and be consistent with it. You're not just going to poof, be gone, Merry Christmas, and everything's just going to materialize. Like, so sorry to tell you. As long as I've been able to work, literally since, let's say, 15, 16, whenever it is you get your little, not visa, whenever it is you get your working permit card, I've had, like, literally 2 jobs. So this is nothing new, but this is definitely a new avenue of life that I'm exploring and leaning into heavily, and I'm so excited. Also, I still do have to catch you guys up on what happened with Tracy Ellis Ross in that play, but we'll do that when we do some skincare later, relax, get in the bathrobe, just have a little relax and talk about the play. And even if you're not into Broadway, you're not into that kind of thing. And I don't go to Broadway shows all the time, so I can't say I'm 100% thespian, really fully into the, live arts. I mean, I should be more because this was just literally, I was floored, mouth on the floor. Even if you're not fully into the arts, I think it still has a lot of resonance. It still literally blew me away. So let's do it.
We're gonna set that right in there. It's gonna soak it all. Would you like some more?
Look, it disappeared. Just a little on the salmon. Ooh. Let's do a little skincare and catch up, shall we? I have washed, cleansed, all of the things, and I think I was telling you guys in the last Mac edit that this is huge for me. Sitting down and intentionally taking the time to do my skincare is huge because as a, let's say, former, but, a person who constantly, deals with acne, if you will, sitting down to just be with my face and do my skincare was not happening. I was slapping it on and I was like, or if I wasn't picking at my face, So this is huge, to be able to slow down and enjoy my skincare. So nonetheless, this is the Aesop Resolute Facial Concentrate Serum. It's a retinol serum. So I will do that on the nights that I do red light therapy and just cleanse my face and then do a moisturizing situation on top of it. But I don't do this every night, like every other night. But anyway, so yeah, yesterday went to Every Brilliant Thing on Broadway. That was the closing performance for Tracy Ellis Ross on, doing that show. And also it was actually the last performance, I guess, for a while of that show on Broadway. And when I tell you, it was like just more than I knew that I needed. And I knew going in that I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm going to walk away with something from this, something that I didn't know that I needed. So trigger warning, it is definitely very heavy if you, struggle with depression, anxiety, and, thoughts of harm. So I'll just say it that way. But hello. Tracy, in this case, is playing someone who is making a list of every brilliant thing, like little nuggets of goodness and joy and peace and happiness and things that she finds brilliant across her lifetime. And she does this to give this note to encourage someone who's struggling with depression. And so I thought that was just like such a special, first of all, thing to do. Obviously in the context of the play and of the script, it's a very deep thing to do, is how that person was like processing somebody else being deeply depressed in their life. But I think it just, speaks volumes to how much taking stock of just the little tiny things, especially if you're someone like me who has struggled with those things, can just really reframe your mindset. And not to say that that's going to fix it all, because it ain't, okay? But it's necessary. It's like one of the little necessary steps. And then after I do that, I get in here with the Beauty of Josie and Glow Deep Serum. And I'm going to use this to gua sha. So I'm going to get like extra. That little bottle actually goes a really long way. Boom. Now let's get the gua sha. Gua sha. But yeah, where was I? So this is just, that was simply a reminder for me and something I took away from it. Well, obviously, that Tracy Ellis Ross is absolutely insanely talented. And so many people are so insanely talented to make shows like that come to life. Everything from the lights, the, sound, everything. Just, the stage hands, like everyone who makes a whole production come together. It's not just, even though it was a single woman show, the crowd was involved, everything was involved, just made it such a beautiful experience. So that's A. And then B, even just her in that role, it also reminded me of, I've been like on a, 50-plus-year-old black woman kick lately, obviously, because I went to the Jill Scott concert a couple weeks ago. And in that concert, Jill was like, I'm having the most fun that I've ever had in my life. And then also in this play, you could tell Tracy was just free. She was free, and this is unlike a role I feel like she's played before. She's been, not for nothing, like boxed into this role of, the black mom or the black sisterhood role and things like that. So this was just a very different role and space to see her in, and really like free and caring and letting her talent shine. And just a reminder for me that I felt like, wow, you can absolutely, of course, do anything you put your mind to, but just really leaning into your craft and submitting to the craft, if you will, is something that's going to take you so much farther than just, perfectionism or just trying to like get the job done, whatever, boom to the pop. And yeah, so I just deeply appreciated that lesson, like seeing people be great at their craft and seeing people live, to the fullest and live their truth, if you will, and, really express their talent and be great at things really encourages you. It's like such a, refreshing experience. And then also I got very deeply emotional, if we're being very honest, just because it reminded me of, again, I feel like a broken record that I've talked about where I was maybe this time last year and beyond, not in a good place, not in a great place at all, down real bad. And the breaths of fresh air that, were palate cleansers, if you will, during this play reminded me of kind of where I am now and continue to be and protect that fiercely. Of thank God that I pushed through. Thank God that the resources and the things and the people and the love and the joy and the light and the grace and the blessings and all the things have helped get me through to this point, because God knows where I would have been. Okay, and when you, especially if you look back on times when you're like, I'm so glad I made it out of that spot, like, and I just never want to go back there. And obviously, you know, we can't control what life throws at us. You know, you can't be quote unquote hot, if you will, all 24/7. You have to really meet the moment that the season requires. But it just really blew me, because I'm like, wow, you have to remember that it gets better. So I say all of that little chitty chat to say it's a little deep reflection. Take care of yourself, and I love you, and keep pushing if you're in that place. So enough of that deep chat. The skin is skinning lately, and I'm very grateful for it. Hello. And I have probably like 2 more hours of editing of stuff that I have to do, but I do have a hard bedtime because I have to get up at the crack of dawn. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to film a mascara campaign for Lancome, and also shoot some jewelry for Kendra Scott. So I have literally things that I need to do before work. So I have to go to the gym, get up super early, shoot that before work, and then work is picking up. I feel like because it was a little bit slower for me for work over the summer, now they're handing me my ass and ramping it back up for the fall. But I don't know. Unfortunately, I thrive when the pressure is turned up, you know, unfortunately. So I'm going to go do that now, relax, and then probably make some tea. I've been in such a routine of making some tea and taking my ashwagandha and taking my behind the bed, trying to read a couple pages before I go to sleep, especially for, you know, obviously my own personal relaxation, but for Mac Edit research purposes, because I really do read and study these things. They don't just pull them out of thin air and out of my ass. So when I gua sha, I like to come down here along the jawline and pull it down. And this is really good for the jaw tension. And make sure if you gua sha, you go wash this thing before you put it away, so that you can keep it clean for when you put it back on your face. Okay, let's go edit and do our creative work session for the evening, and then wind it back down to really go to sleep. But I want to get the skincare on here, and so it can nice set on my face. If you're putting on your skincare and then going right into the bed, like right onto your pillow, it's just coming right off. Okay, you gotta let it set, gotta let it breathe, gotta breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. All right, enough chatting. I really have so much work to do.